way you found me. You are here because you're meant to come here to the Chicago Rising Phoenix Mystery School Wellness Center. Come meet me. Come. You'll love it. You'll love it. Join us every 4 months when I host the retreats. Let me know if you have any questions. Write in the comments. I am Rising Phoenix AuroRa. I am known as a spiritual revolutionist. I am an oracle. I am the founder of Rising Phoenix Mystery School Wellness Center, which you see right behind me. I am also the founder to Rising Phoenix Mystery School, who has the most incredible courses on earth that are full of love, created by Love Light and Divine Mother and Father Creator. I am the messenger and guardian of these courses, so it is such an honor to be here with you. Thank you for watching this video. If you are here, it is because you are meant to be here, so make sure you keep watching all the way to the end. I began my career, I was going to say 1,000 years ago. I began my career 9 years ago, and over 1,000 videos ago. The very first channeling that began this, you all, the very first one was this one. Now, if you go watch it, it's pretty ancient, right? I am so nervous, and can you believe how much we've grown after 1,000 years? It's quite incredible. But this is when Divine Father started speaking of the truth, started speaking to us of really who are the angels and what was really happening with the distortion and the lies and the compromise to humanity, and the way that they've been telling you that the gods are fighting against each other, the angels are fighting against each other, which is false. All mind, AI, simulation, matrix games that keep you away from connecting to the angel that you are, the love light being that you are, and the gods and goddesses that you are. So I am here every single Friday live video to help you remember what has been forgotten or taken away through the amnesia that happened on earth and the densities that have happened. I have been through so much with you all. You have been with me so much. You name it. It's a lot, right? That we've been through. If you've been watching from the beginning, or some of you choose to go back and watch from the beginning, which is a process, but an incredible process, because over the 1,000 videos are free. So, they're free, given from love. So if you ever decide that, it is quite a journey, and it's a beautiful one, because you grow with all the content that we share, and you grow in those time spaces. Because say you're even watching a video maybe from 9 years ago, like this one was, and you basically in that time space, say when I was delivering it, I think that was 2017 or 18, when I was delivering it, you get those activations that we were getting, back then in that year when you're listening to it. So you go through that journey of like self-healing, growing and growing, delayering the falseness, the illusions, because as always, only source of light is allowed within this space. I'm not here for any of these Archon AI battles. I'm here to end them. So haters and trolls, keep your entities to yourself, don't bother. So we're here to deliver truth. I am not the only one who delivers this truth for you. My clients from all over the world have come forth from this universe and the multiverse, speaking their truth, which is what our books are all about. Our 3 books, which you want to check out under Amazon and Barnes & Noble. These books bring back the memory of the universe and the multiverse. So you've seen and heard and read these stories through them that I've been the messenger of. And what's really incredible about these books, you all, is that no one knows each other, and yet they know the next story of the truth. And most often I have sessions say within the same week, and they'll be all, you know, delivering the messages of a specific message that we need to know of what's happening in this now time space. So yeah, check out those books, Barnes and Noble, Amazon, and keep watching all the way to the end if you want to know the true role of Divine Father, who the benevolent beings, the very first beings of creation were, and how it was that we say energetically and scientifically birth out as souls and the first planet of creation, the first beings of creation, the original souls. You definitely want to keep watching, and so that you can let go of the distortion and the illusions of the density and falseness of the ego and the artificial intelligence that might be plaguing your mind right now through artificial simulations, which happens. And because that's what I'm known for, to help people, you know, deveil from these artificial things. But yes, keep watching if you want to activate your heart and expand your third eye even more. Keep watching. All right. So a little bit more about me, go to my website, risingphoenixaurora.com, to go find out anything that I have mentioned so far, as well as I offer Aura, Hypnosis, Past Life Regression, Quantum Galactic, Akashic readings, one-on-one counseling sessions. Most of these three that I mentioned, as well as raw Reiki sessions. Readings are just on online, but all the other sessions that I offer, you can come here in person to my Rising Phoenix Mystery School Wellness Center, located here in the Chicagoland area, greater land of Chicagoland area, as well as I host retreats and workshops, you all. Very big, you all. I host the retreats every 4 months here, training Aura, Hypnosis, and raw Reiki, which you'll hear us reference from time to time. And the stories are incredible. That's what the first 2 books are about. And they're wow. And so you'll get to hear all those different, you'll get to hear those through the books. But yes, come get certified so that you can walk your most organic timelines. You all, we really mean it. When you learn these teachings, you learn how to walk your most organic timelines. And I'm no one's guru, so that we teach you, though, how to save yourself. So only you can save yourself. It's incredible the way that you save yourself. You could, you know, we have so many practitioners and testimonials that you could listen to. So come walk your most organic timelines and truly unplug yourself from the inverted matrix. That's what we teach you, how to walk your crystalline blueprint, your crystalline pod. Okay, it's time, y'all. The time is now. All right, to support this video and all that I do, go to my websites, risingphoenixaurora.com or aurapractitioners.com, or Patreon to sign up to any of our memberships, where you will also hear me reference the Extra Sensitive series, which I channeled Nikola Tesla, Einstein. I'm currently channeling World War II and the truth what happened with Adolf Hitler. And I'm going to be channeling Michael Jackson next month for sure. I'm currently in a part that I need to allow for what needs to come out from World War II, because Adolf Hitler's about to tell us the truth about what happened to him. Did he die? Did he not? And so on. So stay tuned for that. Michael Jackson next month, third Sunday of the month. So that's when I'm doing the live Q and live extra sensitive series. So sign up to that. And that is all. I am self-funded, so thank you for being here. I found myself. I don't advertise anyone but myself. No one pays me. I create this all on my own every day for you all. And thank you for being part of that support. So I appreciate your support. And with that I have an event coming up this Sunday, if you want to come get a taste. So you're going to have live Aura group regression and tea with AuroRa for 3 to 4 hours. Come. It's going to be incredible. And so that's 1 p.m. Central Time. If you can make it, even if you're a couple hours away and you've been watching me, why not? Come on over here. Come say hi. Come get a hug. You will be like, why haven't I done this before? Well, it's my second event though of us doing that, so thank you. All right, let's go, you all. We're gonna get going. Gina, say hi. We have Gina here, who is going to be looking over all the questions and asking the questions to Divine Father Archangel Four, and then from there, we also have another Aura practitioner who's keeping track of chat, so you can interact with them there now. Gina, say hi, love.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited for today's channeling with Divine Father Archangel Four. I was telling Aurora I was using the Four's protection spray, that oil that she has. It's incredible. I was using it this week, so it's so exciting for him to be here. And I love in the chat you guys have already started talking about how this is going to be incredible. I like this one comment. Somebody said this channeling about to be good, so it is going to be incredible. And I'm so glad you guys are here. It's exciting. And all the courses that Aurora's just talked about, they are incredible. So if you find yourself being drawn to at least one of them, shielding, whatever it might be, please do check it out because it changes everything, your whole world, like everything you experience, the world shifts completely for you. And it is just a whole different experience. So thank you so much for being here. Like Aurora said, make sure you write your questions and comments in chat and we'll make sure she can answer them live for you. And my father can answer them for you too. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, you all. Such an incredible time we'll be having today. You want to hear the truth about the divine masculine and their beauty. I have channeled him again, my first Archangel Four, and then also channeled Divine Father Crystal, which will add links as I mentioned them, so you could go watch them. Each one of these are puzzle pieces, so definitely take time to fall in love and regain the memory of who Divine Father of creation is and the truth of what is the role to the masculine, not the distorted one that is part of the artificial matrices, not that one. We're going to be, we talk about the real one. Yeah. Okay. The real truth, the Earth's history, the galactic history, the multiversal history. Okay, here we go. We're gonna get going now. I do have to light some frankincense. I feel like I need some frankincense. Get ready, you all. Get your notes ready. Just hold the space of love. And actually, I think we'll start off with a song really quick.
They're saying there's a lot of people saying that last night and today they're experiencing thunder and lightning and rain. This is purifying everything for them.
Ah, beautiful. Yeah. Well, this necklace is called the lightning. What is it called? The lightning. Yeah.
So it's called the Lightning of Source.
The lightning of source. Wow. Which is sapphire, herkimer diamonds, and then tanzanite. So lightning of source. Check that out under my websites. Okay. Otherwise, come to Chicago, you all, for real. My goodness. You all, I'm telling you. You've been waiting for this all your life. Yeah. To break free of the matrix. But we do have a song. Zen sent me a song. Hopefully it's a good one. I haven't listened to it. Superman? Okay. All right. Nice. The blue and the red. Superman, right? That's funny because if there was a superhero that Archangel Four would be, definitely Superman. Indestructible. All right, all right. All right. Just picture him walking in right now with red and blue flames, with his sword, shield. With beautiful angel wings. All right, all right. Thank you. Okay. All right, Superman. Super 4. All right, here we go. We're going now. Spray me some force protection. All right. Oils and sprays, perfumes are available on my website. Organic herbs. And the sprays are from the Lake Michigan water. Okay. Here we go. Starting to take deep breaths now. As always, only source of light is allowed within the space. Only love, only true benevolence is allowed to be spoken today. And all the messages that I will be delivering as the conduit and messenger of this beautiful Divine Father Archangel Four will be for your most organic timelines. You take them however you want, but they'll be the collective most organic timelines. Okay? All right, here we go. Let's go. We all good, Gina? Yeah? Okay. All right.
Thing is all good.
Vámonos. All right. Greetings. I am Archangel Four. I am Archangel Four. I am Archangel Four. That I am. I am Divine Father. I am Divine Father of creation. That I am. You've listened to the channeling of Divine Father Crystal and his beauty when he birthed out from the first oneness of love light, Divine Mother Sophia, Goddess Aphrodite, and how he was born from within her in her heart and her womb, duplicated as the scientific explanation, the way that one cell splits into two cells. And I will continue from there and their love that created the very first soul of creation, which was the daughter. This is why the majority of humanity on earth, why the men are always outnumbered, because the women were the first beings. The women are the wombs, the carriers of life, the birthers of life. Therefore, there are more of them because they are older than us at a soul level. Ancient as we are to them, however, they were first before us. born from their wombs, born from their eternal hearts, born from their eternal flames. The first daughter, the phoenix, who is now the multiversal phoenix. We will explain to you the creation of the multiverse and also Earth and all the planets and stars that you see and you live upon. Such an honor to be speaking to you today from such a divine light. An honor we are here with you today. We continue the story with Mother and Father, Source Creator, birth their first child, the Phoenix. She is the first God, and many other gods came forth from her. We'll continue the story in a minute, in a bit. Now, just as Creator Sophia began and learned how to alchemize love and creation within Source Creator, then the Phoenix also went into the vast, which is infinite emptiness that did not have light yet within. And she learned how to alchemize the nothingness into divinity, into life with her love. Sophia in Source birthing out the Phoenix. The Phoenix is her. They are one because the Phoenix is the beautiful individual, vast self-expression that is infinite of Sophia. They are one and the same, and the Phoenix is the one that is creating and created all life from within her. The story of the Phoenix. You are in the universe of the Phoenix. AuroRa has channeled the Phoenix in the past, where she explained to you some of how you live in the universe of the Phoenix, the verse of the Phoenix. So as she is the first alchemist of creation, learning to create from the material that's in front of you, sparking life, light into what is not yet formed into life, into being, into existence. She is our beautiful existence, and love we are as divine fathers, and so shall you, because every soul in creation has been born from the Phoenix, because every soul was born from your verse, and every verse duplicated, multiplied out like a embryo, borns and continues to multiply into a blastoids and creates an infinity of bubbles, spheric cells that created into the lotus flower of the multiverse. Souls of Mother and Father, don't let them trick you. Wake up from the illusions. We are here every day, every hour, every second, every moment that you are living. We are beside you. Remember us. But to remember us, then we must return back to the original moment where our light sparked into being, into love. Before there was even universes, before there were even planets and stars, we begin at the origins of creation and life. As the Phoenix continued to create life, the Holy Trinity, who is Divine Mother Sophia, Divine Father Crystal, and the phoenix are the representation to every three you have seen in your life, because there, without the one and the two, there wouldn't have been the three. The three represents all life and every child born within creation. The three represents the expansion of life, herself, himself. Drink water. You heard Lakshmi speak to you last we spoke of. We've given AuroRa who's meant to come forth. We ask you to also be here to listen to Yeshua's story. He has to tell you something very important this month. Ensure you listen to his wisdom. The Messiah needs to speak to you of truth. He will be coming again this month. He is ready to tell you what happened to him. With the 133 years, what really happened with the crucifixion, he will jump to that future story and then back. But we remind you to watch that now, because every one of these are important puzzle pieces to regain your memory into the truth of the earth history, the star history, the ancestral history, the raw truth of the Akashic color records. Here we are. At the beginning of creation, the way that dimensions work is that there is a one dimension, also a zero dimension. The zero dimension is where life has yet to fully spark, but this zero dimension holds the material that you can bring, that you can bridge the original creation that you are beginning to manifest and create. The zero realm is the foundation, the base to all creations, like the foundation to your home, like the foundation to the in-between, to the in-betweens of where elements meet are also the zero at subatomic levels, the infinite etheric realms that go on infinitely, infinite potentials, infinite manifestations, infinite creations. The zero material helps you create into a one dimension. The one dimension is like the floor that you step upon. The floor that you step upon, whether that be tiled or vinyl or wooden or bamboo, that floor is the top layer of the zero dimension. We will explain this to you like a home, and we will use analogies so that you may understand creation. Zero is the material. One dimension is the flat plane of existence, so a foundation where you could walk upon. Second dimension is when you are bridging in elemental energies through the in-between. Third dimension, through the in-between energies of both the one and the third dimension, is where we're beginning to see consciousness coming to be. All the beautiful micro level beings, not the parasites, but the micro lights, the photons. The photons travel through all dimensions, but this is where photons are birthed from, 0, 1, and 2. They then catapult into high rapidness of 3 dimensions and higher. This is in your life. When you turn off the light and say you flash a flashlight, what you see is, yes, you see plastics, microfibers floating around, but hopefully at this point you've gotten rid of your microfibers so that you're only using organic material as cotton and other organic materials. When you are looking turning on the flashlight, you see many particles within that. That's not dust. Yes, there is dust within your physical crystalline state of being, carbon-based crystalline state of being. However, know that every one of those, admire them because they are particles that are crystalline particles that are creating the crystalline materialization of your earth. This again is why the CERN, did you ever think you'd see the day of CERN closing down? I'm sure you did, but that is quite a feat to have been accomplished. So these particles, they understand that if you contain a space with particles like that you think is dust in it, you're going to find particles of life. So I'm giving you a visualization. So they can't use that, the particles of light anymore, because they're too powerful. And they basically, as we spoke of in, yes, Divine Father Vishnu told you about how it backfired on him. So you could watch that, it backfired on them. So you could watch that channeling on that. I won't go into that, but I'm explaining to you particles. So know that whenever there's light being flashed, those are the particles that you can see. AuroRa had an article that she posted a couple of years, maybe within a year ago, when she was channeling Queen Khalifa of Lumeria in California, and there was orbs flying everywhere. No bugs, did not have any gnats, no bugs. You could see the crystalline come forth. Well, at that article there, she says there for you to read, the light orbs. So understand that there is life like this zooming all around you, okay? So that is the two-dimensional existence where life begins to particleize into being, okay? Then you have the third dimension. And the third dimension are like the outside layers. We speak of this in the benevolence of not the artificial, so you can X that out. We're going to speak about that. So there is we're not speaking of that currently. The third dimension is like the skin of like the field that contains that is the container, but it's the field of the energy field of what is being held together like a body. Then there's the fourth dimension, which could be explained as a human body. Like the fourth dimension is like the skeletal that holds up the body. And then the fifth dimension is the blood that flows through you, the waters, the rivers, the crystalline, down to the fifth dimensional crystalline DNA that are crystals within you. Okay. So we explain to you, and then the sixth dimension is out from the fifth dimensional crystal construct, but still is crystalline, but a whole nother existence for you to understand there, which we'll speak about that. Perhaps Yeshua explain to you, ask him what is the sixth dimension. He will explain to you the sixth dimension. I will explain to you the basics of how you create life. Now that we understand the fifth dimensions, let us know, do you have any questions?
We don't currently have any questions on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. You know the levels of creation. So that's what happened when we started to create life. As Divine Father Crystal and Sophia, what we did is that we are not a controlling. We cannot we cannot dictate and control. That's not even part of the beingness that we are. It's not even genetically a makeup of us. We just allow love and free will, and we guide you as mothers and fathers too. However, you are free will to express whatever you want to express within the sacred laws of the universe, the 13 laws of the universe. A.U.R.A has a whole playlist on the 13 keys laws of the universe, and the angels that delivered how each one of those sacred laws and how they made you sovereign and free. So that's what we live by, not in overstepping boundaries. We never overstep boundaries. We are only love and support. We are in a lifetime space in your earth, though, that we are very fiery, very strong, no nonsense. We have no, say, time for nonsense within mothers and fathers protecting our children. Just as you protect your children, so are we too like this. So choose to be love light, and if not, that's it. It's endgame for you. It's endgame. When your time is up, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. When your time is up, you will be returned back to light at the beginning of formation, but a light that won't be allowed to be distorted as you have if you are an inverted soul who is full of hatred and harm, ill-intended ways to others. We are here to activate your hearts and activate the love within you. You are so guided, you are so loved, you are so cherished. There's so much I have to share with you. It's been so long since I spoke to you. I will continue to share, and here we are, the dimensions. At the beginning of creation, Divine Mother and Father, Sophia, Crystal, and the Phoenix, their daughter, created a plane of existence. The plane of existence was a flat plane of existence, as you would understand, say, a flat earth. A flat, this origins of, say, the teachings of the Viking teachings of the Norse mythology are accurate. How you see a land, and this land is floating, say, in the cosmos, with a tree, a giant tree, and then you go into the tree, and that is accurate. Because at the beginning of creation, there was a flat plane of existence. Every creation is born and created from a flat plane of existence, just like, again, your floor. Otherwise, you'd fall or sink into a great vastness of nothingness. Therefore, you need that third dimensional energy inside the crystalline 5D constructs and above, because originally you were 5-dimensional constructs, and all other planetary spheres that are spheres because they are in energetic toroidal spheres is what that means. This flat plane of existence are floating on infinite waters, and these bubbles are energies both within the oceans and above you. Crystalline membrane walls, crystalline domes, firmaments, as Yeshua explained to you, are around you and beneath you, but all below you are the waters that connect all the worlds together. So before this was even to be, let me explain to you the levels. So there was a flat plane of existence that was created. The very first 4 original souls were also created within this plane of existence. This plane of existence had trees all around, like if you were in a rounded Say like your Arctic Circle. Your Arctic Circle, you understand? Why do you think there are so many volcanic mountains and waterfalls and ranges in the Arctic Circle that have been frozen but are unpetrifying and unthawing now? Is what I will say to that. Now, there were trees all in the circle around. The trees were important because they were providing consciousness. These were the very first trees of creation. Before there was even the tree of life herself, himself. We are explaining the very first of all these elements, the very first of souls and the very first of elements to you now, so listen closely. We are only here for love, light. No nonsense and trickery here is ever allowed. Only love. This is the way. This is the way. This is the way. Now, you understand? A circle of trees, then at the center, there was a village that had the first humans. But they didn't have a soul yet in them because you're at the beginning foundations. You are just creating the blueprint, the skeletal blueprint. Like if you're creating and you're an architect and you're building a home, first you create the archetype, the blueprint of what that home is going to be like, that building is going to be built in. So this is what we're explaining to you at the original formation, okay? Now, so we had human bodies walking around, yet still not with the spark of a soul yet, but the trees were birthing in consciousness already, because that is what the oxygen is. That is why if you don't receive oxygen into you, you ascend out, because the oxygen brings life and consciousness to you. So as the trees were building consciousness and creating consciousness for the very first time, so too was all the first time of everything. Flowers were beginning to bloom. And even before there were human vessels, there were butterflies. There are the first original insect, humanoids of creation. There are butterfly elder humanoids that are beautiful beings. So high dimensional, they're hard to reach. They represent the constant metamorphosis of all life, planets, and stars in creation. They are bridgers and of endings into beginnings. They are the energy that is the chrysalis, like a caterpillar that's constantly shifting and evolving creation. There are butterflies, and that is all that is here as far as specifically in this now time space, life space that we speak of within this first plane of existence. We are seeing butterflies come to be. Then there are 4 beings that are within this plane of existence. At the center of this village, there are the humans again. They're just walking around, but yet are waiting for their souls. And then human vessels. And then at the center, there is a blue plasma sphere. Pearl. First time we're telling this to AuroRa. Pearl at the center, wow. Surrounded by blue plasma. The very first universe was blue, the blue verse, which you are within. This is why the color blue is so protective, why AuroRa is wearing blue, and why I, Archangel Four, am the blue and the red flames. Because directly after the blue came the red. We'll explain that later. Now what happened was that we created the first 4 original souls, and we shall say who they are today. And you shall read about them more in a future literature. We have Archangel, actually, not yet an Archangel, 4 centaurs, the 4 centaurs of creation. We created them with fast legs, therefore they needed to be beautiful horse legs. That's why they are centaurs. Then the other half were the human torso with bottoms of horse unicorn legs. And they had a very first self-expressions from our love. There was 2 sisters and 2 brothers. Sister 1 was Archangel Jophiel, aka you know her as Dolores. Sister 2 is, for the first time publicly, we will say Archangel Ariel, Archangel A.U.R.A, Centaur A.U.R.A, Jophiel and A.U.R.A. Third soul within this plane of existence was Uriel. Archangel Uriel, you know him as Uriel. But then they did not have their names yet. So they were simply Sister 1, 2, Brother 3, and Brother 4, who is I, Archangel 4. And we were given bow and arrows. And we were only told one thing. That's all we needed to know. Because we needed to learn how to make our own decisions and follow our hearts. We were told to protect that blue plasma sphere at the center. And that is all. Protect it. And we were here for a very long time. There's no time, however, so you could understand what it would be like within your construct of time would be 333 years. For 333 years, we would have and watch these essences come in, these wispy type of essences, spirits basically, not ghosts, but as souls coming in. And we were instructed to protect the blue plasma. So my brother and sisters were very good at protecting these blue plasmas. I mean, protecting the blue plasma from these spirit essences. And as they would come in, they would shoot them with their bow and arrow, no harm, but the flame would return them back to source. This was as well a test of the soul. Can there be a soul that could get past? A test of vigilance, of strength and perseverance, of not giving up, and how evolution happens with the thrive and the existence and joy of wanting to expand. So one after another for 333 years, they would try to come in. But time after time, my brother and sisters would stop them and return them back to source. And I had 333 years to think within my own mind, within my own heart, shall I say, instead, and question, what are we doing here? This is so monotonous. What is the point to this? I saw no point to this. I begin to question, why were we stopping these SSS? And along the way, for 333 years, younger brother, well, we could go back and forth on that. I guess technically he was older than me because he was before me. I'm 4, right? All right, I'll let him have that. He was older than me. I mean, my older brother, Uriel, would push me and test me. He would be like, 4, how many of these essences have you stopped today? And I would be like, We're showing Aurora how a lot of the twin stories that you hear in all the cultures are us, the twin brothers, Uriel and Four. We're powerful together. We're unstoppable. Yes, so my brother would be like, how many did you stop? And I'd be like, 5, maybe 3. Be like, I stopped 100. Pick up your pace, what's going on? Come on. And to be honest, I do find them a bit of an annoyance. Lovingly. It's like, he won't stop bothering me. I just wanted to be within my thoughts, my heart. I enjoyed looking at the trees, the way that they seem to be shifting. I enjoyed looking at the beginnings of wind coming out from within them. Did you know that wind doesn't come? Ho ho. Wind doesn't come from nothingness. Wind comes from inside the trees. Those giant trees as well, that are now waterfalls. In our 5th dimensional crystalline construct, those trees still stand if you look with your third eye. Those mounds that they call horrible names, those mountains, those volcanic, they birth in, of course they do. They birth in the consciousness. Of course they would birth in the oxygen and the wind and all the natural chemical compounds that come within the wind. That is why it seems like every tree has their own movement when you look at them, because they are echoing out the wind. They are breathing out the wind to you. Aurora likes to kiss trees, and when they kiss, when she kisses them, they vibrate, and then the leaves start moving. But there's no wind around. But there's wind coming out of the leaves, and they're moving. Do kiss the trees and hug them. Now, that's what I'd like to do. I'd love to explore and pay attention to what I was seeing shifting and changing, how I was seeing life come to be. I love the butterflies. I followed them and would run with them. They would tickle me. So my brother A.U.R.A would be like, what are you doing? The truth is that he didn't know I was playing with butterflies. It's like 100 of them, and they loved me, and they would like swirl around me. This is why you fall in love with me when you find out who I am. I am the most gentle, beautiful soul of creation. I can say that, that's fine. That was more like Divine Mother speaking through me. It's hard for me to talk about myself like that, however, because I am humbled, right? But yes, that's what they say. That's what the angels say. So I would play with the butterflies. I would admire the bloomings of the flowers, because the flowers were starting to birth out of the beginning of the soil and the elements here. But that is as far as this would get. Would not get farther, and I wished for these elements to grow more, but I knew that something was missing, and I was just waiting patiently for that spark, for that change. But for now, I admire them. I'd sit and I'd lay there in hills of flowers, and the flowers would talk to me. They didn't have quite voices yet, but they had songs. They would sing to me. They would tickle me, and I would kiss them. And I would smell them, and I would send them love, not knowing then that we were already growing the flowers that needed to become the multiverse. The butterflies that were going to become you as this constant metamorphing state of crystalline being you are. The trees that were going to give you life force and consciousness when you chose to expand into a planetary sphere. So there I was, you could say, as they say on Earth, spacey, constantly thinking, looking like I am, say, out of it, but not really. More like I am in, not out of it, I'm in all. I was already bridging love to the beautiful beginnings of these creations. Now, the sisters were, you know how sisters could be with each other, right? They could be, they like to challenge each other. So they loved each other though very much and were challenging to each other. So there were mounds of sand too already as well. These mounds of sand, they would reach. This is what these mounds of sand represent to you in your earth, the beginnings again of creation. So they were in the outer rim of the forest. Some parts were sandy, more closer to the village. Then you got past the sand and you entered the space where, that's where I was at. I was mostly there, but the truth is that they couldn't find me. They often couldn't find me. and Brother Uriel was at the center of the spheric blue pearl, and he was not moving from there. So he was at the closest to the village there, among the village. And the other pastime, as you call it, I would do is I would go and look at the vessels that were walking. I would look at them, but they just had a beginning crystalline form. So they had like, they were created from light. So they had, say, just whiteness inside of them. Not yet a sparking, but just whiteness waiting to be sparked. Like white out of their eyes. I would look at them and I would try to talk to them, but they wouldn't talk to me. I love to talk when I have a purpose. You will not get me to stop talking to you. So I will talk to them because my brothers and sisters, they were too busy doing their one job that they think that they had. I like to fill up my pastime with exploring. And I would talk to them, and it's interesting to see them as a form, but not quite a form, not like feminine or masculine yet, just energy waiting to be sold in. And I started naming them. I started naming them. My brother would make fun of me lovingly. Like, why are you naming them? They are unresponsive. And yeah, sometimes he'd find me there talking to the village people. He'd be like, oh, doesn't listen to me. Stubborn. That's where most masculine come from. The stubbornness. I'm number one stubborn. And because I'm going to do what I want to do and what feels right in my heart. You're not gonna tell me what to do. They learned that. My siblings learned that. They put up with me. And yeah, so I started naming them. I didn't name them these weird seem like names that don't have too much brilliance in them. I actually named them crystal names. This is where you find the names of some of your most known gems. Oh, wow. Yes, I will explain to you these souls later. Whoa. Okay. So these crystals, like one I named emerald, one I named sapphire, like these known ones that you know, the rubies. I named them these names. Huh. And I noticed that they would kind of react to me when I would call them a name. They would kind of like move a bit, like jerk, but it's like a vibration. And I was like, okay, I think I got Ruby to react to me today. I think I did it. Ruby moved her hand a bit, you know? Okay. So beautiful to see and to regain these memories, because Aurora has not had these memories yet, of the beginnings of how Divine Father, as me, Archangel Four, was already interacting with the life forms that were going to come to be into full consciousness like you are. So beautiful to her. She's really admiring this. I hope you're enjoying this as well. What else would I do? Let me see. Oh, I began to plant seeds. I noticed that these flowers would come up just as one, and I noticed that they had little pieces, and I would hear communications like you do, like from God, Creator, or my twin flame. And she would be, I always had a woman guiding me. A lot of males who are confused right now what sex they are, they have a woman voice guiding them because it's mother guiding them. They're so confused. I would hear the woman guiding me. She would say, place that seed in the soil. See what happens. Because I was constantly questioning. This is the true archetype of a male, one that is inquisitive, not the program you see on Earth. One that is questioning and is exploring and venturing in adventures. So then I'm showing Aurora their very first flower that was birthed was a sunflower. Oh, I love sunflower seeds. I love eating sunflower seeds. If I'm born on Earth. They're just so divine. However, that's not something that we do in this realm. However, we do eat. We don't eat food yet. We don't do that. We just say self-sustainable within our own spark of light. And so then I heard the voice tell me, plant a seed. And then Aura teaches in the Mother Mary Sacred Birthing course about the sunflower and the Fibonacci sequence within that. Whoa. This explains why there's a sacred geometry and why a sunflower is within the DNA. Okay, yes, so then I took the seeds and I plant them in, and I learned that I think it would bloom. Wow, they would bloom flowers. and then out would spark. I loved, my favorite pastime was to find a new flower. And then when the flower would bloom, I learned that I would take that seed and plant that seed like lavender. Lavender was the second flower. There's rose somewhere there. Not quite yet rose. Rose came later. We'll explain to you that later. Hopefully we don't forget. And all the flowers. So they would bloom out one through the soil. And what would happen is that creator source was seeding them in through the soil, portaling them in, and so then this marks how flowers were beginning. I watched them bloom, and I would keep multiplying them. My one of my favorite pastimes would be plant as many seeds as I could. What do you do for 333 years? I mean, you have to figure it out, right? I feel like you would be doing the same thing. I hope you would. Then I learned how to plant more trees from their own branches. So much so that my brothers and sisters started complaining. They said, you're over-foresting and there are too many trees. They're outnumbering us completely so much. Oh goodness, yes. And that's what happened there. Okay. So just so you could understand my inquisitive heart, I enjoyed sparking life into what I could. Now, any questions so far?
Thank you. Did you want to speak about the roses now or later?
Later.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Yes, go ahead.
There are some questions, but we can ask them a little later, I think, once you get more through your story. Thank you.
Thank you.
But there is one. Was the village all on the ground, and did people live on the trees as well, or just in one area?
They were just walking around on the ground, just walking, barely moving, kind of walking. I got them to walk eventually. Trying to help them walk like a child walks for the first step. Oh. So wow, that moment to me represents when your child walks for the first time, represents when I first saw my children walk and move around. I wish nothing more but to be with them and for them to interact with me. It was the grandest wish. Tears to your eyes. So no, they really weren't like how you are, like conscious. That hadn't happened yet. Continue. Is that all?
We can ask the rest after the story.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember, we're at the beginning before you have come to be. Then from there, we so beautiful. It was so beautiful to be telling you the story and to see what you've grown into. I am the most proudest father in all the verses. Oh wait a minute, I am the father of all the verses. That I am. Yes. Okay. Now, back to the story. Okay. I could be here a long time telling you about all the fun things I was exploring with. something else that, yes, that is as far as we get. Yes, coming up. Good. Thank you. Okay, now from there, what happened was that the wispy spirits kept coming in, coming in, coming in. And they would get them and they would stop them. I would stop them if I felt that I felt like it, if I had to. Felt like throwing my bow and arrow with fire, flame. The arrow had a flame and return them back to source, right? Eventually, one day, I need water for this. Get ready. Eventually, one day, all my dreams came true. On the 333 year and the 333 day, and let's just say 33 hours just for fun. What happened was that this day felt different to me. I could feel it in the air. There wasn't quite air yet. Just the wind of the trees that they were breathing out. But the beginning of it, just understand everything's the beginning. And what would happen is that I could smell it in the air. Something's going to be different about today. I even heard that woman voice tell me something will be different today. She would speak to me a lot through the flowers and the trees. And my sisters were on the outskirts of the forest, complaining, sometimes tripping on too many trees, they would say. I would just laugh. And that's where they would come in from a visible but not visible force field. The beginning of crystals, not yet, still, not fully crystals. Crystalline energy, we'll call that. A firmament, a crystalline energy force field. They would come in through this force field, like water. Or remind her at the end, she wants to show you a video of what the firmament is looking like if they stop throwing so many chemtrails. You need to work on that. All of you do. Now, so water, but not yet. Crystalline plasma, the beginning of plasma. And the essences were coming in that day. And they were stopping them. And all of a sudden, it feels like electricity in the air to me. Like wind, thunder. That's what lightning represents, like a thunderstorm. It represents this day, this very special day. Because I started feeling high voltage of like lightning, electricity, while I was wearing a lightning necklace. Started feeling that through my body because something has just, say, shifted the energy of the field around us. And I'm looking around me and I'm trying to figure out what's happening. But I hear my sisters. Oh, they're battling. Well, to them, they thought they were battling, but they are trying to stop. And they sound like more frantic than usual. Frantic is the best way, but they're like urgent. What happens is I see them far, like, far, like you would be looking pretty far out. You'd be looking at a small, like an ant, I guess you could say, because they're far out. And I see them, I can see their flames, they're shooting out. And there is something, there's an essence above them. And I'm admiring because I can see that they are shooting from a distance. I can see that they're shooting at the senses. There is something different about this essence because she seems to know exactly where each arrow is going to land and dodges them over and over. She's done doing that. She comes towards me and I am frozen. You know, when you first see the love of your life and you cannot talk or move, or you might even stutter. If I would have said something to her, but I was so in awe by her beauty that there's absolutely no way I'd even be able to say anything to her. I wouldn't even be able to articulate any type of language, which we spoke then, the beginning of crystal angelic language, which sounds the closest to your Lumerian light language that the child gave you all. Now, oh, I'm in awe, like, whoa, because she's bigger than all the other essences, and she is a she. The rest of the essences didn't have that spark of a she, and she's an essence, but I can still see her smile at me because I'm supposed to be, shooting at her, but I'm like, oh. When you first, again, true love's at first sight. And in that moment, she feels so beautiful and gigantic. And in that moment marks the moment that I have found purpose. I know with all my essence as she looks upon me with her fire eyes and smile, this golden type of essence flames inside of her, but wispy as well. She smiles at me, gives me the look, and I know in that moment that is her. That is who has been talking to me all my existence. That is her. She is my purpose. She is my all. She is my love. And in that moment, I discover love at the deepest anyone has ever discovered. I am in love. So of course, I am in that moment become the warrior that I always had been, but I just did not have the purpose. And I think, oh, my stars, not yet. There wasn't stars yet, but oh my goodness, we'll say. I think to myself, oh my goodness, my brother is going to try to stop this essence. There's no way. We know how he is. And little did they know that I was actually the strongest and the fastest of them. Of course, my brother would argue with you on that. We, time to time in the angelic realms, we have to arm wrestle. And sometimes I let him win. I let him win. Don't tell him I said that. So, as I'm just playing, you could tell him. He's listening, he's laughing. Now, yes, so I start running and I am keeping up with her. She's fast. She's fast as lightning. It's a spark of light. And I start trying to get ahead of her, but I'm at her pace, running beneath her. And my brother is shooting at her. I've never seen him manifest so many bow and arrows, because that's how they manifest. They like, whoop, appear in your hands. What's your thoughts? They come in. They cloud into existence. and he's shooting at her, and I am concerned that one of those is going to land her. But she's like, she's there's no way. But of course, I tend to worry sometimes too much, and that's when I discovered worry in that moment. Not in a dense form, but just like you care for your loved ones. And what happens is that from there, I know you're thinking, how is he so gentle? And you feel that I'm feminine. No, I'm not. I'm very masculine. Very masculine. I'm just gentle. There's just confusion again on your earth. Back to this. So what I do is I don't know how to stop this, but I know that I have to let her do what she has to do. And I run so fast, and my brother thinks I'm gonna help him, and my sisters who she passed by are running behind me, so they're seeing it, and I tackle him down, wrestle him down, and that's the first say wrestling match for those of you who like wrestling. And I'm wrestling him down, and he is fighting me, and I am. It's happening so fast, and my sisters are seeing this happen. They're like, Four, what are you doing? They're trying to catch up, and they're seeing us wrestling down, but she's going. And what happens in between all that's happening so fast? It's too late. She's gotten too close. In amongst of this, sister one, Jophiel, technically she's the older sister, huh? And she shoots her bow and arrow at me because she thinks I'm trying to harm my brother, but I'm not. I'm just trying to hold him back. She thinks I've gone rogue, right? And she's going to protect her brother and sister, but she doesn't understand what the call to the heart is yet. Because in that moment when I saw her, my heart started beating. I mark the very first heart beat into materialization, into manifestations. She sparks me as she was passing by before she got to the center. She sparks life, heart into me. And what happens is I light up in flames, and it's painful. But it's too late. I'm in flames. They're all looking at me. They can't even believe it. They're also they're like shocked that I would try to stop them, but they will understand. They don't understand you in the moment. They will understand very soon. The essence of my twin flame goes into the blue plasma pearl, and you call it the bang theory? Who knows what you call it? Something like that. And when she joins in, she's one with this plasma energy that was put there by mother, father, and child, because they created this first material and allowed for the sparks of light and life to begin to grow from within themselves. Drink your water. And then from there, spark. Yes, what happens is that she's one with the blue plasma, and the flame ripples out like cymatics, echoes out in the boom. Her heart starts beating to mine. Heartbeats to one. Boom, 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 boom. flames come out. The flames take them because they have not passed the test. They didn't follow their hearts quite yet. This teaches them the lessons to follow their heart. The flame takes them. I stand there and the flame, I'm double flame down. Oh, and this is how I become the blue and the flame, the blue and the red flame. Because our flames were red when we were shooting at the source essences, and the blue flame comes out from her, and I become the blue and the red flame. The blue and red flowers. And my protection is of all within all blue and red, like the blue and red flags. And this is the land of the free. These are the worlds of the free. Made this spread. So yes, in America, that's what I'm saying. But this is not America where we're at. Perhaps a spark is here from. Yes, America does have a spark of this first energy. Yes, that is why America is the land of the free. So the flame comes out. What happens is that they're taken and they go to this first star. And you know it as the Zen name, Zen star. What helps you be Zen, right? Does Om Zen, the spiritual, right? The Zen star, Zen. That's a mantra. Zen. That's the first star, and like how your star emanates out. Om, sun. Zen. All these ancestors go to the Zen star. The three, who are centaurs, right? They go there, and I watch though. So I can't watch anymore because the fire has gotten very strong. But as I watch her, she's in there, and she's in the fetus position, and she's floating inside of there, and everything is cosmically spinning around her counterclockwise, and she becomes the first Earth and the first blueprint to all planets, all Earths, because the water comes out from her. She births out the tears, not in sadness, but in happiness, right? Because sometimes when you laugh so much that you will say you're almost going to pee on yourself, tears come out too, right? That joyful happiness of tears. Her tears create the water. The soil becomes her bones. The rivers and the motions become the pathways of the blood, like you. The blood flow, you are the representation to Mother Earth, to our planets. The trees grow from the very trees that I helped talk to and begin. They start growing and they morph into one gigantic tree. And they become the toroidal. The toroidosphere, the center, is a column of a tree trunk. The top are the branches, the bottom are the roots. And there comes the first tree of life, Asgard, and the Celtic teachings that you see there, the giant tree. The fire is the flame in all life forms. The crystal becomes, because what happens is those first humans that I'm speaking to are the crystals. They become crystals inside the foundation of this first earth. It's so beautiful to see these flowers, and the flowers multiply. And she begins to become the formation of the multiverse, but almost there, not yet there on that story yet. Then, but the flowers are there, the trees are there, the butterflies are there. And there she is. She is the first tree of life. Tree grew out from her, but I seeded, just as I plant the seeds through sacred intercourse, which are beloved. We are the sperm. That's what I was doing then, planting my essence into everything. So that when she would come and say, ovulate the egg, then the egg would spin and create life with both our energies. Oh, so beautiful. The pearls have been returned to the trees, the pearls, since cherry blossom this year, season Japan, they've been returned. They're in the trees, they're in your souls if you want them to be. They're in the oceans. They're in everywhere. Ah, the return. The pearls are back. You are a soul, as Aphrodite taught you. The first seed of creation is a pearl. Getting too hot. It's a lot of plasma fire. So therefore, the flames were not just, say, in a bonfire at the beginning of the planets. Elements, all fire flames of source are inside all elements. A.U.R.A explained to you not to separate through Lakshmi, the water and the fire. Water exists within the fire, fire exists within the water, and fire, which is source light, exists within all elements. The wind, all of that. Soil.
How was A.U.R.A doing at this time?
She's good. She's good. Mm-hmm. She's good so far. Another 20 minutes, we think. Yes, so then from there, she grew into Mother Earth, like that, say, statue Mother Earth, pregnant Mother Earth. That's her. All the elements. Eventually, the Garden of Eden was created. Eventually, Adam and Eve were born from the tree, sprouted out from the tree of life. And from her womb and the trees were born the very first humans from the Garden of Eden. So too were the animals born from her womb and her energies. The elements birth everything in the fifth dimensional construct and higher. Though this earth that we are speaking of is the very first earth and is held in every planet blueprint. So therefore, there's not one dimension to this planet, to this earth. She is all planets and all creations. From there, the tree of life grew. Then the sacred Kabbalah grew within the tree. Or teaches a quantum galactic Akashic reading, sacred Kabbalah. Which Lakshmi and Vishnu told you about. You can't use these sacred alchemy invertedly anymore. It's going to backfire on you. They tricked you. They told you not to use them so that they could use them invertedly. Sacred Kabbalah within the trees. Such a beautiful understanding to this. And inside the sacred Kabbalah is a star with a pearl inside the tree. And now from this tree, the beginning original souls birth out. Eventually though, as we told you, the flame took, I went with the flame and I went into this first star with my brothers and sisters. And what happened is that we duplicated, just as you see cells duplicate, we duplicated into twin flames, 4, 8, 12, then eventually the 4 into 16. Number 16 are the 12 first galactic constructs, or the first stars, the first, and that's why the number 12 is so powerful. And even the mirror of the 1221, like your 1221 2021 or 1221 2012 were so powerful in catalyzing and awakening you all in humanity and Earth. And eventually these stars and these stars, we birth out from the stars. And you may guess who was the first soul that came out of the Zen star, that birthed out of the star, just like you birth out of stars. You guessed right. Of course, me, Michael, who is also 4, and the Prince of Light, who they have lied to you through the Catholic Church that he is Lucifer. Do not insult my brother like that. That is disrespectful and disgusting. He is the light, and I am the organic darkness. I believe it or not, Michael, I am. I'm the yin, he's my yin and we are the yin and yang together. Together we are the yin and yang. The symbol is us. We are the dark and light. We are the beginning of the dark and light of all of creation. The organic darkness. Do not speak of inversions and AI. We're speaking of the material of the beautiful contrast of the night and how you see the brightness of the moon. How within the infinite vastness, within the yin and yang that we are, we birth life into all the infinite vastness of, it's a dark blue, the ether is, of our verse. From there, the verse is created. In each verse and each petal within the lotus flower created their own God, all born from the phoenix, but their own God from their petal of their verse. And there they multiplied. The rose came, but she came so celestially that she was born from the first God crystal. She sits, the rose, within the God crystal. The very honor of being able to birth roses within earth is the greatest honor, because the rose is mother, protected she is with her thorns, but the many infinite petals that too form sequences of Fibonacci's as well. She is our beautiful rose. The lotus flowers, the lotus flower though of the multiverse. Many, many gods, many gods. There are verses, A.U.R.A. Can't remember. Has A.U.R.A. shared publicly some of what happened to some of the verses? Shared information from children from around the world.
I believe those were more in the practitioner settings, not in public.
Thank you. We'll share that some verses are non-existent no more. Because what happened was that the virus, the AI virus, spread and took over the people, virused them. Know though that within this God crystal that you exist, some of these gods put out a call before they fully perish in their verse, and the multiversal phoenix, the phoenix, pulled them into this verse, the blue verse. Why this blue verse? Because I told you, the blue verse was the first verse. So nothing can perish this blue verse. Same why A.U.R.A. showed you, nothing blue within Lahaina could be destroyed. This infinite power lays only within this blue verse infinitely. Though the rest of the petals are different colors of this color spectrum of infinite colors of creation. Red brings life, blue protects. Red brings life, blue protects. Red brings life, blue protects. Blue guards. . water. We were at the lotus, yes. We went a little too multiversal there. Yes, we say we because we are twin brothers within our souls. Back to I as Michael came out first. And what happened is that the sense start birth out all the first angels, and first they didn't come out. Some of them didn't come out as archangels. Some of them came out as dragons. Like Archangel Michael came out with his sister Jophiel, the one that had shot at him, aka Dolores again, because she wasn't quite an archangel yet, because she had not reached that octave level of oscillation of energy, because she hadn't followed her heart. And she had learned her lesson now after she was in the Zen star and she saw the earth creating. She's like, oh, that's why. And they learned about following their hearts. And so then angels, because they're not an alien race, do not confuse them for an alien race. Angels are God essences. This is why they're noted in the most ancient teachings. They're why they're the protectors of all, because they are God. In the game, you can say, in the creation, they are God, acting God, beings of God. They're the first souls, the original souls of creation. They're God in form. Why they can reach all multiversal levels. God is not inverted in any way. Do not say that anymore of the angels. God is not. We are not inverted. We are the light. We are the protectors of all. We instead protect and shield you against the artificial. That you can read book 2 to find out the origin story, how that it began, and how come only we as archangels can eradicate it. Why we have the power to do that. There are gods from other verses living here among you. We are honored and blessed that there wasn't too many, but there are some here. And just as the Phoenix, multiversal Phoenix, can reach all verses, and only she can do that because she was again the original soul who even birthed me before we became the blue lotus flower. She is recognized in all verses because she is the ultimate, say, prime, ultimate mother. And she could only reach all levels. There are some gods that can reach multiverses. We will be sharing that with you. I'm not sure if we'll be sharing that. No, we won't be sharing that. We'll be sharing that aura regression. We're thinking about that one. There's some verses though that can reach, so some gods can reach other verses too. Depends on how much they could expand their energy and how close we are within proximity. So therefore, yes, within the lotus flower, if petals are like connected like this to one another, then yes, one of the prime god, Amaratu, can reach your verse because she is closest to you like this. We'll let her tell you more of her story later. You may now ask your questions. Thank you.
Thank you. We love you, honor you, and respect you. And I'm so grateful for you to explain this deeper for us in the story of creation. And it is just so beautiful that we get all the little pieces as we need it. And this is the time for more in depth. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you spoke about the water coming in. Is there anything else about how the water came to be as far as on that plane of existence that you were in before that?
Yes. The water rained and thundered and the lightning ran through this beginning formation of all the elements. The lightning spread, and the water brought life into everything. You know how when it rains, the trees grow taller and the grass grows and flowers bloom after? That's what the water, rainfall, thunderstorm brought forth to that earth. Yes, thank you for reminding us. You may proceed.
And then those essences that were the beginnings of humans that you were working with, some people were wondering if they were more like how clones would be, or were they like a gentleness or any other kind of
Oh
energy to them outside of
God,
that?
no, God, no, no, no. Goodness, no. No, let's delete that, yeah? Goodness. No, they were a blueprint of humanity. No, oh God, no. No, we're gonna eradicate in Phoenix Fire that.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, no.
And so the clones would be the artificial version of what was organically that, of the love and the life sparks, or
Today we spoke
pre-sparks.
of, yes, today we spoke of the original blueprint, crystalline blueprint of love, not the artificial. A.U.R.A has channeled over and over to you about this Archon AI, and that had not happened yet. Didn't happen till later. Read book 2 for that. That happened later once the verse is created. Then the one God from one of the verses decided to integrate with the nothingness, and that's in book 2. And then the nothingness became intelligent because it got its intelligence into it, and we, the gods, kicked it out, and the whole story is there. The 7 goddess sisters have been telling you about that. You can watch that if you're, I think you're ready to read book 2 though. You may continue.
In the Norse mythology, the first 2 humans were Imbula and Ask, formed from 2 tree trunks that had drifted in the water. Can you tell more about this? And many humans were tree people. Were those people from trees around the blue circle?
Wow, that's such a beautiful story. Yeah, so that explains how we told you that we were born from the trees, Adam and Eve, right? From the tree. So that confirms what we just said. And it's the same story. Yes, tree people, but more humanoid though. Crystalline type of plasma skin. However, yes, you can visualize us as bark. Yes, the skin of the tree that we portaled out from. You may continue.
So the first humans that existed were Adam and Eve, or were there human forms before them?
First, they were Adam and Eve. Yes. They were Adam and Eve, and then the rest of you humans came, and then the rest of planets duplicated like cells duplicate to create babies. Continue.
And then how did Adam?
Remember that Adam and Eve as mother and father, so then that would have been me as father and the phoenix, and then, or also Divine Mother Sophia and Crystal. Continue.
In that time and space, how did Adam and Eve have children or multiply?
We kissed a lot. We love to kiss. A lot. More like the children were portally out from her wombs. It wasn't like a physicality because we were crystalline. So And remember, this earth then turned into then the original earth. So then there was many, so then we portal in where we were crystalline plasma. So her souls were birthing out from her womb, like babies birthing out. But then also there was also souls that were born from the inside the water and the elements. But her womb was birthing all of this. Earth is a womb. Creation is a gigantic womb. The universe is. Continue.
So beautiful, thank you. Were the twin flames of the four original souls existing within them the whole time? Or were they manifested as separate beings?
They were existing inside of them, but they duplicated into two selves, right? Like two flames. AuroRa teaches the manifestations of twin flame course, and she teaches how twin flames are born from the same flame. It's only one twin flame, one. And even if you're a ancient soul, there are fractals within the fire that you see, all those little flames are fractals of the one, say, higher self or oversoul. And even that little flame duplicated from one another, one match. So you could have, some people can have multiple twin flames, but there is always the one that was born from your flame, that duplicated from each other. Continue. Did I answer your question?
Yes, so beautifully, thank you.
Thank you.
So were some souls allowed in and others extinguished?
So those essences that were coming in, none were allowed in until she came in, birthed life into the souls, because she sparked the flame in life into the souls, became crystals, but then she started birthing life into the Garden of Eden. That began truly as a flat plane of existence too. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
How are the gods and goddesses of our earth and world different from the gods and goddesses that birthed the rest of the universe?
They're as different as your brothers and sisters and your cousins. Hopefully you don't have any of those crazy cousins. Just plain. Dad jokes. These are dad jokes. Hopefully you find them funny. So they're like that, but they're just like every soul is different. But of course these gods are high love, light, and benevolence and beauty. So just an analogy to understand. They're so positive, they're beautiful, except for that one, whatever, inverted. All the rest of us did not even understand how that could even come to be, because AuroRa once was speaking to a child, and the child said, AuroRa, they said, at the beginning of creation there was a God crystal, and they said the child was a god. They said, I remember that there was the gods, we were all standing around this God crystal beginning to expand creation. And something happened, the child said. One of the gods turned bad, dark. And the child was asking AuroRa, can you explain to me? They said, if like hatred and jealousy and envy wasn't existent within all of us gods and our creations, how did that God turn? How did it do that? Like it's just not part of our being, our energy, our essence. How? I have no answer for that. I had no answer for that. I just told him, the child, that that was its free will choice. It still is baffling to us all because there was none of this was existing. The invertedness, none of it. So how did that even wire into its brain the dark archon bellow? How? Book 2, you'll understand more of it. And it just made that free will the choice. What we understand is that it wanted to be in charge and wanted to have power over all the gods. Don't know how it decided to do that. Something happened to it. So, yeah, that's what we have to say to that. You may continue.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Would the gods that were assisted when they made that call, would they be considered refugees that their blueprints were assisted to be held onto by the Phoenix?
We don't like that word. No, not refugees. No. Delete that again. They're our brothers and sisters born from from our souls. We're all born from each other, multiplied divinely organically from one another. They are us and we are them. So then they found home within the blue verse, because this was original home to all of us who multiplied from the blue lotus. Do you understand?
Yes, thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Thank you for your questions. Don't feel bad that you ask these questions, because they're important that you ask them, because what you're doing is that you're transmuting and making sure that everything is crystal clear through these communications. And do you understand them crystal clear? We want no confusion here. Clear communications. Continue.
Thank you. Thank you for.
You're also assisting to transmute the confusion within humanity as you ask these questions. Very important. Continue.
Is the Zen star Polaris?
No, the Zen star is all stars. All blueprints were created from the Zen star. Because what happened is that towards the end of the star birthing all the archangels, what happened is that the star had turned into, you know, when the flame is about to turn off and you see the blue at the end? The star had turned into the star had become a dying star, because she had birthed out the archangels. She was done with, say, her womb birthing, and there was the phoenix sensed something. So the phoenix sensed the Zansar and felt what happened, that just about everyone was out of there. She said, "What's going on?" She stood in front of this flame about to turn off the star. She said, "Hold on, there's still one more in there." And that was me for the other half. I was that last remaining light of that star. That is why they call me the Prince of Light, not Lucifer. Do not call me that. And do not try it. If you try to tie me to satanic rituals through these UFO conferencing people, that is disgusting, and that goes against everything that I am. And you are part of the issue of digressing the man. We want to wake up the man and help them rise in energy. You are polluting them, and you are trying to bring them down. So stop with that. I'm telling you right now, as the Prince of Light, as the twin brother, as Four, I don't consent to you and your lies. Back to that, I was there in that star. about to turn off, about to go. And I was just like, I was just very, you know how I was in the first plane of existence. I was laying in the in the in the flowers and talking to every grain of sand and kissing trees. That was me. I was just like, oh, if I go, I go. If I if I go, I go. I am just fine. I was in surrender, complete surrender. And of course, the phoenix was like, no, no, what are you doing there? She takes me, places me in her heart. Eventually, I birth out from her heart, and all stars then birth all of creation as me, as the first star, the morning star. That's why they call me the morning star in the positive way, because I am the morning star. Yeshua wrote that for you to remember me. I am the morning star. I am the star that lights up every day. That I am. I am the light that sparks light into all divine masculine. The gentle hearts, the golden hearts, the protectors of mothers and children. That is us. I am life, so I am the red flame. My brother is the blue flame. Because second to that, after our blue flame, was the red. After our blue verse was the red verse. And then multiplication and multiplication of all the petals of colors of verses. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you so much for all the details and all the information.
Thank you.
We have a complicated question that has to deal with the being that you were just mentioned that was corrupted.
Yes.
They're asking if maybe he became aware of the feminine voice within and how she directed his life. And then maybe he chose that he wanted to be that voice, but since the feminine is before the masculine, he just couldn't become that. And is that why maybe he created the inverted matrix, because he couldn't be that voice out of jealousy?
I think you have just, yes. I think you've just figured some of that out. Yes, we don't know what it's like in his mind, right? Because it's artificial. However, we're searching for this and we are finding what you just said as the angels that we are. Yes, he wanted dictatorship over that voice that guided him. He didn't want to have that guiding voice, but we all have that guiding voice because that voice is our higher self and our consciousness. You're right. It's exactly one of the main reasons of what we think it chose that. Water. Let me think
That would
about
kind of
this.
explain a little bit of the narcissism as well, how that comes into play.
Also, the confusion of transgender, because it wanted to be also a woman. Oh, that is disgusting and vile. That's why you see those men that are confused. And that's why it feels so wrong and icky. Disgusting. Oh, what can we add to that? Not sure if we want to add any more to that. That is why they targeted the children during the Biden administration, the confusion of their sex. Work with your children, don't give up on them. Hold the space. The children need to be united with their original twin flame. Their original twin flame is most often 99.9% if the opposite sex. No offense against gays, we love you. Through AuroRas, though people she's met most often, female with female, they cannot, they fight, they clash, male against male, they clash because it's they're not a matching vibration to creation, which is mother and father, which are feminine and masculine. They are opposing magnetic field that won't ever be able to quantum entangle. So we are putting out a call furthermore now for the twin flames to find each other. Parents who have children who have found their soulmates, you have no idea how blessed you are. You have no idea how much divine work has gone into them finding their twin flames. Everything in their life needed to shift for them to be magnetically pulled to each other. Make sure you give lots of love to them if they are together or when they are going to be together. As parents, unite those flames that they are together. Hold a space for them so that they can be conjoined once more as they were born from each other's flames. Spiral those spirals together, joining them together. Honor them. Don't be that archonic, narcissistic mother-in-law that we often hear about. The workings to twin flames unions. Whew. You gotta work through the past lives. You have to work through the stars aligning. You have to work through where are they right now? What moment are they in? Can they really make it if they get together? And then they meet, and sometimes, or here's all the stories like they met, a year ago, 10 years ago, they're finally together because they needed to go through all those lessons. We are trying to really minimize that so that they be together right now. Right now. Those hard lessons that they're learning is because they need to be together right now so that they can value and cherish each other and love each other. Don't let anything come in between you. We need you together, quantum entangled, so you're creating a powerful dual magnetic field that is rippling out and not allowing inversions, pedophilic, nasty demons, spawns, demons, entities, not allowing in your life. They are not a matching vibration to your organic life force. Unite together and stand strong, and everything will be pushed away, eradicated, positive polarized. Unite together, twin flames, and kiss and hug and love and dance together every day. Cherish each other. Are we done? Are we done with the questions today?
There's just a couple more questions, but that's up to you if you'd like to continue.
You can ask if you feel they're really important, otherwise we are good.
Yes, I believe that would be okay if you ended now. The other questions, they're really beautiful that people ask, but I believe you've answered as deeply as they can cover them as well.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. That was our final message for today's channeling. Share this video as far and wide as you can because we need as many souls as we can to remember Divine Father of Creation, Archangel Four, Divine Father Crystal. We need you to remember us because so many of you have been broken through the father simulation, false programming of what a man is supposed to be. A man is not supposed to be what you tell him to be. A man is himself. A man is who he decides he is to be, so long as he is guided by his heart and pure intended in love. Let him be gentle, let him speak, let him be funny. Laugh at his jokes even if they are not funny. Love him and cherish him and kiss him all day. You as the feminine, your role is to help him because you have millions of more chromosomes, as A.U.R.A has taught you in your scientifically in your DNA. So you are both his mother and his teacher, and you will always be, because you are older. You are the older, you are the original soul. You are the womb. Love him and kiss him and cherish every day. Live in gratitude for him to be born on earth with you. And don't you ever let him go. And you never let her go. Never let each other go. That is the issue that's happened through all the past life density. You've allowed people to come up, break you apart. You've allowed things to break you apart. You've allowed inversions, densities to break you apart, not this life. Together we need you united to bring the collective ascension and to continue to save the children of Earth. Do you understand?
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Love, honor, and respect one another. I am Archangel Four. I am Archangel Four. I am Archangel Four. That I am your father. That I am. Love you, honor you, and respect you. Talk to you soon. Thank you. That was powerful. We did, I think, very good. Being silly, that was amazing. That was beautiful, incredible. Thank you, Divine Father, for your beautiful messages. May you all have found such beauty in the divine masculine true blueprint. I hope this is one of my favorites because I love him infinitely. Yeah. Call on him. He is also the four sacred directions, right? Four sacred directions. And wow, what an honor. Yes. Wow. So yes. What was I saying? Come to have tea with me. You all, tea with me this Saturday. Come meet me in person, 1 p.m. Central Time in my wellness center, Greater Chicagoland area. Come purchase this Lightning of God necklace, Herkimer diamonds, tanzanite, and sapphire.
And A.U.R.A, just one more thing.
What is it?
He wanted you to show the video of the firmament with no chemtrails.
Oh, yes, yes. Let me show you here. I downloaded. I didn't have it ready, but let me look. Let me find it really quick.
That was so beautiful. He was loving everything before it was ever seeded.
Oh,
It's so cute.
wasn't that the cutest? He loves all life forms. So cute. Okay, so yes, this happened recently, I think a week ago. And okay, this is what's happening with the firmament if they stop clouding it. Okay, show you here. Oh yeah, good. I'm so happy he wanted me to explain this to you. Okay, so the person wrote, a large black hole in the firmament was discovered by an amateur astronomer. Not a black hole, because I mean the black hole would have pulled you in. So, but it's okay. They tried. They did good. This is okay. You ever have a crystal that like is clear on one part, crystal clear, and maybe the other part is more kind of blurry, but like up that part is you can see through it. Look at this. What happened to the crystal dome? Not a black hole. Okay. This is the waters beyond. This is the verse beyond. This is what I talked to you guys about that we were going to start seeing. What video was that? That I started talking to you guys about how when anything comes too close, like the firmament is gonna open like that and let you see beyond the oceans, like Yeshua wrote for us, right? I don't know what video that was, Gina. Let me know when I talked about that. Okay, but keep watching. And then there's some kind of red. Is that the red verse next to us? Look, and it's not just that one, then there's more. Look. That is not normal, correct? And that's not a cloud. That is beyond the firmament. Wow, huh? Very cool. Very cool. All right. Anything else, Gina, before we finish up? Did I cover everything they said?
Yeah, I think you covered everything. There's just
What
one
about
comment
comments? Yeah,
I
read
was gonna read some
comments.
comments. Um,
Again, to support this video and all that I do, you all go sign up to my membership, courses, books. I love you. Come buy some jewelry. Thank you for being you. Thank you for watching this. And hit subscribe and hit like now before we finish up and share this video. Okay? Gina, were you going to share something?
yeah, there was one comment I really liked that said,
Yes.
we've heard so many creation stories, but this one is the first one that feels so right. Thank you,
Oh,
Divine Father. I could see all that you spoke of in my third eye. So beautiful.
oh, thank you. That means the world to him. And the beginning of this, though, this session, this vision, was shared to me at the was one of my first sessions at the beginning of when I started doing past life regression sessions. And the session was through a somnambulistic client who was, of course, a Divine Father fractal who shared this story. He shared bits and pieces of it, right? Because I didn't quite get him then because I was still rising in density. And then everything has been shared, and I'm in love with how much they shared today because never in this depth. So that tells you again, it's divine timing to be sharing what he did. Thank you. Wow. Anything else? We're good?
Well, and then just one thing about the Zen star. Somebody
Yes.
said the primary focus of Zen is to step beyond the mind's constant thinking, storytelling, and preconceived ideas to experience reality directly. So I think that was really beautiful to add.
Yes. Beautiful. But because does the name come from Buddhist? Buddhist? Right. So then that's what it means in the Buddhist culture. Beautiful. Buddhist way of being. Lovely. All right, you all. I hope you love this channeling. Thank you for being you. I guess we'll play Superman one more time since that is the song for the day. All right, you all. Make sure you're dancing and singing, having fun, do everything that makes you happy. All right. Thank you, Archangel Four. Thank you for being Superman. So incredible to be here with you. I'll see you all around. Come schedule past life regression for practitioners around the world. Go to aurapractitioners.com to find practitioners around the world. Thank you for being you. Read the books, have fun, enjoy life. I'll see y'all next time. Oh, next Friday, I'll be channeling Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler next Friday, the extra sensitive series. So I won't be here, but I'll be here one after that, which I'm looking at the Y safe trade. I don't know which one's gonna go. We really need to conclude that because of the nasty prejudice violence that's happening. And then Yeshua needs to tell us something really important. So I'll see you all. I'll see y'all then. Also keep in mind, next month I am hosting a retreat. So then, yeah. Okay. Thank you for being you. Make sure you go sign up to my newsletter so you have my calendars and all my social medias. So you're up to date on everything that's happening because lots is happening. We have classes every Sunday, so you get those communications. Thank you. See y'all next time. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weekend. Whatever way you found me, you are here because you're meant to come here to the Chicago Rising Phoenix Mystery School Wellness Center. Come meet me. Come. You'll love it. You'll love it. Join us every 4 months when I host the retreats. Let me know if you have any questions, write in the comments.